of people ask me if I believe in free will and if I believe that all twin flames will come together, if they will be in union, or if the divine masculines will actually, come back to their divine feminines. These are a lot of questions that I get asked. And I'll have to be honest, I believe that we have free will to a certain extent. But I personally believe that everything in our life has been predestined. I really do. I can go on and on about soul contracts and all this stuff, but I will most likely do a podcast episode to go in depth about this topic because I feel that it's so important to understand soul contracts. And I know it can be really weird for my followers who are not spiritual and they're just waking up and they're all new to this stuff. Like, what is a soul contract? What do you mean? We signed up for this? Your soul signed up for this human experience on earth. And that's why we've had many, many past lives. So essentially, I feel that everything has been predestined. So you meeting your twin flame has been predestined. You having the job that you have has been predestined. Certain experiences, okay? However, the free will part, okay? So here's how I feel. If I kind of feel like life is like one big video game, okay? And each lesson is like a level that you have to complete. So once you've learned your lesson, you have completed a level, right? And you're going through your mission. What is your purpose, right? What is your purpose in the game? For me, I feel like your mission here on earth is to fulfill your soul work, right? Is for you to remember who you are. That's why I always say, remember who you are. I always say that to my clients, and sometimes in my videos too. So this has been coming up a lot in my one-on-one sessions and the weekly calls, is being in alignment with your soul purpose. So when you are in alignment with your soul, meaning you are listening to your heart, your soul, your intuition, you are trusting that gut feeling, and you're not being led by your ego. And sometimes it can be confusing, and this is something that I work with my clients, is how to trust the intuition, how we can connect with our higher selves, okay? So when we connect with our higher selves, when we trust our intuition, when we lead with our soul and with our heart, you are going to go in the right path, okay? But when you try to have free will, meaning you try to go into the path that's not meant for you, you try to do things that are not meant for you, you are going to get hit with obstacle after obstacle and roadblock after roadblock until you realize the path that you are meant to take. And this is why I feel that divine masculines will never get over their divine feminines. They can try so hard to stay in unhappy relationships. They can try so hard, and this applies to divine feminines too. All of us can try so hard to forget about our twin flame or to stay in unhappy relationships, to be in a job, in a regular 9-to-5 job that's not, making our hearts happy. But the harder you try to stay in these things that are not meant for you, the harder your life is going to become. And when those things happen, your heart and soul will remind you where you need to be. This is why when people try to cut the cord, for example, with their twin flame, like I had a client today who told me that she tried to cut the cord. She ended up getting sick. She ended up seeing visions that she couldn't cut it, and her twin flame was getting upset that she was trying to cut it. My client doubts so much that this person is her twin. And because she doubts that he is her twin, she doesn't want to believe it. She just has a hard time believing it. He's constantly in her dreams. So I talked about dreams the other day. When we doubt so much, and I think that's why I don't dream so much about my twin flame, is because I don't doubt the journey. I don't doubt about him. I have so much faith and I have completely surrendered. So her and another one of my clients, they're always doubting the twin flame journey. They don't want to believe it. And they've tried cutting the cord so many times with their twin flame. And every time they do, they get sick. And then they get dreams after dreams, profound prophetic dreams, not just dreaming about them, like real, like spiritual like dreams about their twin flame. And then they get reminders, right? So you get constant reminders of the path you're meant to be on. And it's the same thing with divine masculines who are in third party situations, for example, if they're married or they're in relationships. they're going to get reminded about you, okay? Because that relationship that they're in, or that job that they're in, whatever karmic situation that they're in, that contract has expired. It's going to prolong the journey. If they keep trying to stay in something they're not meant to be in, and same with you guys, for anyone who tries to stay in something that's not meant for your soul, you are going to get reminded of what's meant for you. And that's why a lot of divine masculines have actually been getting headaches, because their brain can't juggle everything at once. It's too much for them. And they're trying to forget their divine feminine, but they can't forget the divine feminine because their soul, their higher self, God, is trying to remind them where they're meant to be, okay? Because everything is predestined. That's why I believe we have free will to a certain extent. You can try to stay off path, but then your heart and soul, it's going to take charge, okay? But you don't want to prolong the journey. You don't want to make it hard on yourself. Because as soon as you listen to your heart and soul, I guarantee you, your life will start to run so much more smoothly. The more you try to stay off path, and you try to listen to outside influences, and you try to stay in a relationship because you think your ego is trying to keep you safe, and it's telling you, no, you got to make things right. No, this is what's right because you've been with this person for so long, or, oh, you have a child together, so you should stay for the sake of the child. No. That is why I was suffering so much, because I wasn't listening to my heart and soul. And as soon as I did, everything started to flow so much better, and I became so much happier. I'm getting so hot talking about this. The more you listen to your intuition and you tell your ego, please step aside, I'm going to do what makes me happy, you are in alignment with your soul. If your intentions are pure of what make you happy, right? Like, I'm not going to I'm going to go and drink and, party my ass off because it makes me happy. That's unhealthy things. But if you're going to go and do things that make your heart and soul happy, you are in alignment with your soul purpose, and you are going to have a fulfilling, happy life. I believe that everything is predestined, and I believe if you just listen to your heart and soul, and if you surrender and you have so much faith, and remember, divine feminines, you are leading this journey. So you need to listen to your heart and soul so your divine masculine can also listen to their heart and soul. You need to have faith that everything will be fine. And the more you listen to your intuition, everything's going to be fine. You got this.